This is probably going to be the toughest video I've ever had to make, but I kind of wanted to come out on this video because I feel like I need to update the situation. So the other day I made the video talking about my dad and how he'd been quite unwell, but then he was making progress. And unfortunately on Wednesday he passed away. I don't really know how long this video is going to be. I don't know how much I want to talk about it because this has been probably the hardest thing I've ever had to go through in my life. But I felt it was fair to update everyone on the situation, and I just want to start off by saying, like, I really appreciate everyone that's come out and shown so much support and that were sending their prayers, and my dad was in their thoughts, and he was the best, like the absolute best man, best dad I could ever have asked for. So to lose him is so painful, but also I'm so lucky to have had him because I know there's people out there that would never ever have got to experience having a parent like that, that one loved them so much, cared for them so much, and would do absolutely anything for them. So in that sense I'm absolutely blessed, but then it makes him passing even harder to kind of come to terms with. So for a little bit of context, a couple of weeks ago he had a stroke, and that was scary enough, and I thought I was going to lose him that day, but then he started to slowly recover and recover. But I mean, he still wasn't him. He was actually almost like a 6-year-old boy, sense of humour after the stroke. But I was saying to my mum that I would take that. If that's how he'll be forever, that's fine. He's still him. He still knew who I was. He still would had the same sense of humour that he always had. He was just still him. And now having that taken away from me, it just really hurts because he was making progress. And on Wednesday, and this is where I'm so lucky, so Wednesday this week, I'm recording this on the Friday now for some context, I went up to see him in the morning and stayed with him for a couple of hours, and we were joking around, but he seemed extra tired that day. Like when I first got there, he was just flat out asleep, and this was about 11 a.m, but he was flat out asleep, so I kind of just sat beside him. I didn't really want to wake him up. I thought I'll wait for mum to get here and then we'll wake him up, because to be honest, with the state he was in, when it was just you, it was actually a little bit more difficult to have conversation with him. So I thought I'll just sit by him and wait for mum to get here. She's going to be about 20 minutes. Then mum turned up, we woke up and we just chatted about things. It was more me and my mum just spewing information at him, and just having some good crack. And then anyways, I said goodbye, said I loved you, and headed back home. Just kind of thought nothing of it, like a normal hospital visit had been the last couple of weeks, and then got back home, had some lunch. Mum had stayed there for just for a bit of context, and then I decided after my lunch I like going out on walks, so I just was on a walk, and I was probably about 20 minutes in, so I'm in the middle of a field by my flat, and I get a phone call from my mum, who's just absolutely distraught. She's actually started driving home and kind of got really near to home. The hospital isn't too far away. It was only about 25 minutes away. And she's had a call from the hospital saying he's taken a turn for the worse. So I immediately sprint from where I'm walking, and this is where I know I need to get fitter, because I was having to stop too much because I was sprinting flat out. And I sprinted to my car, and I still made it in quick time, jumped in my car, drove to where my mum was because she had just broken down and couldn't drive anymore. And then she said, I don't want you driving, because to be honest I probably shouldn't be driving, because my head was all over the place and it could have been dangerous. And then her friend came, picked us up, took us to the hospital, and then we were walking up the stairs and my mum actually just collapsed on me. I think we all knew what the doctors were about to say, but we didn't want to say it into reality at that point. And like as soon as we got up to the ward where he was on, the nurses just instantly chauffeured us into this family room, and I could tell by the look on their face that they were devastated, and I just knew at that point. But still, until the doctor had said anything, you're still just clinging on to this last bit of hope. But they took like quite a while as well. Like we were just in this room for about 20. I mean, it could have been 10 minutes, but it genuinely felt like an hour of just waiting in this room. and I'm just staring out the window looking at the scenery, and it was a shithole, this hospital. Like, the inside's nice, but the exterior of this building was a shithole. So I'm just staring at this shithole of a building, just in this room, just waiting. And then the doctors came in, and just yeah, you can tell what happened. And I'm trying my best to speak here, and I kind of want to just say the day and like let you guys know, but yeah, it's tough. And they just said, and I mean, since then everything's kind of been a blur, like an absolute blur, and I'm trying to find different ways to deal with this grief. And I think actually coming on here, this channel's always been about, it's not about getting millions of subscribers, it's kind of just a place for me to come and just express my thoughts and how I'm feeling at a time. And if anything I can say can help anyone, then that just means the world to me. So, I mean, if anyone's got some advice, or if anyone's gone through something similar to this and has advice on how to deal with grief, like, that would be amazing, because I'm all ears right now, because this is breaking me. But I also now just want to go out and do my dad really proud. And I used to talk about YouTube and my passion for it with him all of the time, like all of the time. And now I really, really want to make something of it. So whether that's through this channel or other channels that I do, I really, really want to make something of it. But yeah, I don't really think I've got too much else to talk on today, to be honest. But I just want to say, if anyone's going through something like this has been my best advice, is keep your friends close. I think it would be very easy to kind of shut yourself away at this time and just want to be by yourself. But I think that's when your head will spiral. Luckily for me, I'm surrounded by amazing people everywhere, through my work, my friends, my family. Like, I've got amazing people all around me, and especially my friendship group. Like, I met up with them last night, and they kind of said to me, and this is exactly what I think you want. They said, we're not going to talk about it unless you talk about it. We'll let you feel normal. So we just had a good time, and then when I felt ready, I was talking to them about it, because you still need to talk about it. Like, that's the other thing, is I don't ever want anyone to think to me they can't talk about my dad. I want to talk about him a lot, to be honest. Fuck. Like, I want to talk about him a lot, because he just meant the world to me, and he was just brilliant. But yeah, guys, I'm sorry this video is going to be quite short compared to normal, but I just felt I had to update everyone on what happened. And yeah, I hope you all have a great day, and just remember, like, you're not alone. If you've come to this channel, you can talk about anything. I'm going to be reading all the comments, and I appreciate all the love that you guys have sent in the last couple of weeks. So yeah, goodbye guys.